This episode of Sips is brought to you by Limerick Brewing Company. Always on tap at Spirited Republic in downtown Lincoln, Illinois. Welcome back to Sips. This week's guests are the best of friends. And what do best friends do? They distill vodka and rum, of course. Please welcome Jill and Annie.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Jill and Annie, we appreciate it. These guys are from Best Friends Distillery, which has now become our house vodka and rum because it is so stinking good. We use it in everything.
Thank you.
And we've done taste tests, and every single time we have tasted, especially the vodka, because that's what we tend to drink more. Is every time we do that, it's a clear winner, and it can be a blind taste test. So you guys are doing a really great job. I'm always amazed at like when I see your TikToks and your reels and stuff, like the capacity of your still. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So I'm always I'm like it shows you it doesn't have to be a huge operation to put out really good quality product. Sometimes that's probably what makes it even better, you know. So we're gonna do our first drink. We decided to use their obviously rum and vodka, and with a few, we do very simple mixed drinks around here. So today we're doing, our first drink will be a vodka lemonade.
Woohoo! Nice summer drink.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It actually looks like lemon.
Hey. Troy's so cheap he waters down the lemonade.
Got to make that shit stretch.
So you guys are called Best Friends Distillery. I'm guessing you're best friends.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been friends? And like how, grade school, childhood, high school?
20 plus years. I don't know why I can't commit it to memory because we've gone extensively tried to figure this out.
3 years and a half.
Because I remember I moved to Decatur to open up a Ruby Tuesday there as a general manager. I was still in college. And we had boyfriends that were friends, very good friends. And
Look at that face.
that's how I met. Long gone boyfriends.
But
we
you don't need
persist.
a man.
Yeah. So I want to say it was
The best thing to come out of that
Yeah.
relationship was each other.
Was an ultimatum. No, I was kidding.
I had to have been 01.
I thought it was like 23 and a half years last.
Yeah.
I looked at the picture.
It's a long time. So 20 plus years friendship, and we anguished over the name of this company. Like it wasn't like we just kept coming back to best friends. Like,
Even though I have her as best friend in my phone, and we're
Right.
like, what should we name this?
Oh gosh.
Sometimes
it's
like
right
the
in
things
front.
that we did the same thing with trying to do the Spirited and the brewery Limerick. I mean, it just didn't come. And now that you're in, you're like, well, duh.
Why didn't we do that? Yeah.
Right.
Nothing else makes
Our logo
sense.
was just like horrible at first. Like we're doing like high fives and like elephants and like girls sitting, like a girl sitting, just like absolutely not.
The hardest part of getting this thing going was figuring out all of this, the name, the logo, well, and then the licensing.
Oh, that's always a breeze. What are you talking about?
Yeah. We know about that.
Or we get one step and she'd send me an email and be like, look what happened. I'm like, this is not what we do.
I know. We didn't hire a lawyer or anything. We just did it ourselves. So it was just like one step at a time. We just kept going.
That's what Bussy, his real job, I should say, for the last 32 years, up until recently, because he retired, was with the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. And so like, I'm like, you do all the licensing? Because you can read those government websites.
You're used to
Which
the
are just
bureaucracy.
so
Yeah.
hard. I mean, like, yeah, and he would just like,
fine print.
he could see through it, and I would go on there and I was like, oh, this design is horrible, and I can't understand anything because one thing doesn't make sense, and yeah.
Or if you have one dot
took a
off,
lot
it
of-
just
yeah.
is like, if you have one simple like paragraph or like sentence like off, it'll be like, nope, you didn't do this. You're gonna
A lot of
Resubmit.
affirmations. I can do this. You're smart enough.
$50 more.
You're so hyped
$50
up.
more. Just because we didn't put the period on there?
Yeah.
Right.
So where did the logo come from?
So back to the boyfriends. The first time I met her, she rolled up on the back of a Harley, and so did I. But I also have been riding Harleys and motorcycles since I was a kid. And then she was riding too. She got her own bike around that same time, not even a year after we
I had
met.
a little buzzer, like Yamaha, like little 800, and it was just down the road. It's like, this is not happening.
Yeah, so like I think when we met, I had a Sportster 883 and then ended up getting a Fat Boy. And we would go on rides and whatnot. So all of that persisted after the boyfriends dropped off. But when we were coming up with the logo, like we were trying to think of anything friend related. And like it took months and just some very terrible ideas.
Like high fives, there was like an elephant. There was two girls that were like leaning next to her, just like
Chess Pieces was our
we took to Vegas.
yes, that
We were
was our like. There's a version 1 of Chess Pieces on a, I don't know what, like it just looked neat. I don't know, but they were just like when they were just like really thinking through it and just like what is us, like what are our roots, and it's like we met on the motorcycles. Put your friend in the sidecar. Let's go.
Looks great.
It's perfect.
Yep.
It is like, and you would think, like, because it goes so well together, you would think that it was just always meant to be that way.
Yeah.
It's hard to, to even realize that you wouldn't have automatically thought of that right off the bat.
What's the quote from guy from the Eagles? Geez. He said, as you go through life, it all looks like it's a mess and things are exploding here and there.
Colliding.
But then looking back on it, it's like a finely tuned orchestra. It just was meant to be.
Yeah.
Joe
It's
Walsh,
beautiful,
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, Joe Walsh says that. Let's try, I'm ready for this peach. So we've got
Peach
your
and rum.
rum with peach juice, which is,
Cheers.
Cheers.
I just love
Cheers.
peach juice.
I just drank first.
Oh,
That's okay.
Ooh, I do like that.
that's good.
Oh, the
Ooh,
peach
I like
blends
That's
really
peachy.
well.
Yeah, I like that.
I've been hearing about Simply
peach
Peach.
We
is
can
coming
make
out
that
more.
like a frozen,
Slushy.
Like a
Yeah,
slushy
you're
or
right.
something.
like, or a popsicle.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get started actually distilling vodka? Which came first?
This
the
is
vodka or
very
the rum?
embarrassing.
No, it's not. It's a good story though. I mean,
What we originally wanted to do was make vodka out of sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Oh, so sweet potatoes.
Yeah, we were like, let's do something
but
different.
what's funny is when you look at like what the cutter to cut, like it was like a $9,000 like cutter off Amazon to make. Like I'm like, we're gonna be cutting potatoes for the rest of our
I know.
lives.
How are we
How's
gonna-
this gonna happen? We're gonna turn orange and it's like,
So we finally got licensed by the federal government, and we were making our way through the state licensing, and we were like, oh gosh, this might really happen. Like, we might really gonna be distillers, so we got to figure this out because in Illinois you can't really legally practice this.
Exactly.
Like how you can't figure out that you have a good product before you get licensed. It's really backwards.
So you guys never did
Never did
anything
it.
into-
Never did it.
Wow. See, because every brewery we know, they all were home brewers
Well,
first.
and that's
Yeah.
that's legal in Illinois, but
Right.
it's I want to say 9 felonies,
yeah, it's in one drop. Yeah.
Wow.
and it's like it's not. I mean, I don't want to risk this.
Sure.
I got too much to lose. And now we know. I mean, there's a
The
like
liquor commissioners and
it's,
like
there's a lot of
fantastic, like,
resource constraints, and like I'm not sure anybody would have ever noticed, but we want to do things on the up and up. So anyway, the embarrassing part is we were like, how do we do this? And I was just on a Reddit, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah?
what yeast do we use? And this guy, his name is Steve Tamori. He was like trying to answer our question, and he's like, I think he like could see that we're like struggling, and he's like, I'll give you an hour free. I run like the very small like side distillery consultancy. Let me just, I'll give you an hour free. So we got on the phone with him, and like he added a ton of value in just that hour. We learned a ton, and he's out, I want to say Pennsylvania, and he just helped us step by step. Like we had him kind of on retainer, very, reasonable, and he FaceTimed us like through the whole process.
Oh my God. Yeah,
but
anyway, from
Reddit. Reddit is how we got started.
But it was funny
That's
though.
a modern way.
Yeah, but from anywhere from like the pump, like we were like in
Oh, yeah, just
tears
everything
one
to
night.
buy.
Like, we had the pump like to pump everything, and an hour. and it was backwards. I mean,
Oh,
oh my gosh, there's an arrow on this
Been there,
thing.
We have been there, done that.
Why? Why didn't we see that?
When you're tired, you can't see that. Like,
Yep.
it just doesn't make sense.
When you're in it.
Yeah.
Well, and she's opposite of that I am. I'm the type of person that I want to get it done that night and sleep in the next day. She's the other way around.
She can stay up 24 hours if she has something to do. I can't do it. Like,
just like,
if
I
I'm
wanna
tired,
go. I
I'm
wanna
done.
get it
I hit a
done.
wall. I gotta go.
Right.
Yeah, me too. 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Gotta go to
yeah,
bed.
yeah. I'll get up at 3 a.m. and start
Nope.
again, but I can't do
Nope.
this.
All night I'm just like, I'm just like, no, I'm going to bed. I'm going to do this last one. Like, we're going to go through this. Like,
Yeah, so same thing with the run. He helped us develop a recipe, and still here and there we ask him questions, but yeah.
super
that's
good
it.
to us.
And it's just practice,
Yes.
trial and error, practice. I mean,
But he had so much experience that our first batch of rum we were like, what? This is so good. And the vodka too, like it was like, this is the smoothest vodka I've ever tasted. And ours is in the finishing. And so it's in the charcoal finishing, and he helped us really hone that in, and the time it takes to go, just a small 50 gallons to drip feed that through the charcoal process that we have to get that clean finish. Because a lot of people think it's in how many times distilled, and it's not. It's in the finishing with the charcoal, and that's what makes us different.
And what's the sound? How's it go?
She's like, I'm just like, because I have to tell her all the time, like, drip, drip, drip. We drip feed it
So
through the
2
charcoal.
o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting in it with a video of it dripping.
She's got so much anxiety now. Because I'm like, it's like you have to get that part really right.
Well, you hear charcoal finishing with whiskey and bourbon, but you don't hear it with vodka.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
that's the filter. Yep, filtering it through. Yep.
let's try the next one, which is vodka tonic.
And my favorite.
Cheers.
This is my
Yeah,
go-to.
Bussy always gets this on an airplane.
That's the only mixed drink I'll drink.
When I get nervous at the bar and the line's real deep, I'm like, vodka tonic.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
So it's distilled in Argenta, and you live in Argenta, right?
So I live in Oriana, and I bought a church, the old Presbyterian church, and I turned half of it into a bakery, and then the other half is the distillery, and then the upstairs used for like events and stuff.
So is your full-time job then the bakery?
my full-time job is I don't really know what it is.
I understand because everything takes way longer. I
It's
understand
like
that.
yeah,
She's got
it's
like 10 jobs.
like entrepreneur of everything.
I would say your keto bakery is
Huge,
number one time.
Yes.
So you said keto bakery?
Yeah, so like, like people that are diabetic or
He's keto, right?
Okay, you said
keto.
true. He's
I'm
carnivore
carnivore.
right now.
Oh,
carnivore.
sorry.
Okay, yeah. But what we tried to do, which is really kind of cool with the bakery, is last year we tried to do rum cakes and fudge.
Oh, okay.
And so the thing is, just one more thing though, Jill's like, do we really have time to do this? Like, package, she's always like, oh, yada, yada, yada.
I didn't tell you, I got a brand new rum cake recipe and I think it's a winner.
But like, you gotta find a way to either have somebody make it and then be able to distribute it, or you gotta.
We're at the point where we need an employee.
But that's the hardest part. It's like, well, I mean,
Heard of 'em.
you know what I mean? Though, like, you have to trust somebody
Right.
with your stuff.
Yeah,
You
it's
want to be able to make
hard.
sure that you don't want to be that person that stands over that person. You don't want someone like taping your stuff and then like, oh, look what they did. That's
Sure.
It's so
It's
hard.
vulnerable.
But
yeah.
at the same time,
really is.
her and I enjoy spending time together in the sense that, oh, okay, yeah, we'll just hang out on this Saturday. It won't bust ass the whole entire day to get this done instead of having somebody. I mean, each one of these bottles, I think a lot of people don't understand is everything about each one of those bottles is touched by us. Like, I mean, no one else
Yeah,
is doing
people
it.
just assume we're big time. I don't know why. Like,
They're like, oh, so you have this? Oh, yeah, we're busted, man.
It is amazing people's.
You don't have to be big time to make a great product.
No.
And I think that's a great thing about craft, either on the beer side or the liquor side or bakery side.
Yeah.
You can be small and have a great product.
are we on a ramen
Ramen
diet?
diet. Ramen diet. Cheers.
A good classic when we're on a diet.
I have one more question,
Oh.
and it is, if and when you have free time, what is it that you guys like to do?
Wow. They
you
have no
free
free time.
I mean,
Honestly, I mean, I think that Jill and I can go like somewhere. Like we went to Tennessee, Nashville, and it was just like 2 days of like nothing but just chilling. I mean, like not talking, not just
We
relaxing.
talked.
But I mean, it was-
Not talking about business.
but it wasn't business.
It wasn't business.
It wasn't business. It wasn't business. It was more or less like we wanted to relax and like sleep in and not have to like really think about it. I mean, but it was 2 days of.
Yeah, I mean, we went to downtown Vegas. We will travel together, but as far as what do we do in our free time, if we're not in the distillery, we're not in our main gigs, you're running, you're doing trail running and
Oh, like running, like literally running.
She's literally
Not
running.
Yeah,
kids
so I
around.
took up, I run all the time, like half marathons, whatever.
I wish I could do that.
yeah.
I wish I could take that on.
But it's
Okay.
just, it's the adrenaline rush that keeps me, going.
That's
and
fantastic.
stuff, But,
Do you guys still ride the bikes?
It's
no,
the
but so we
kids put it
talked about
in.
it.
Well,
We
yeah,
talked
okay.
about doing like a 1 day of
Renting, yeah.
bikes and traveling to, what was it?
It's such a different world nowadays with people texting and things like that.
I'm not watching. It scares me
Oh,
more
sure.
because that's having
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
motorcycle with a sidecar, maybe we would do
way
that,
more to
but,
lose than I did before.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Rebel Rider over here.
Well, we really, really appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank
We
you for
appreciate
having
the
me.
Thank you very
wonderful
Thanks for
product.
having us.
Well, and thank you for coming on a Monday because, like I said, I know
Yeah.
you all have kiddos and it's probably getting late for them, but we really appreciate. I mean, like I said, you have a great product. You really, really do.
Yep.
And we wouldn't use it if it wasn't. I mean, we just wouldn't. So
Blows Tito's
We-
out of the water.
we
I'm
do.
telling you
That's
right
what
now.
we keep saying.
Oh, can't say it. Why can't I say that? I can say that.
Is
You
it a
can't.
trademark name? I don't
It's
know.
not cable.
Say it with your chest. No, but we appreciate that so much and how you've embraced us here.
Oh, well,
And thank you so much.
I think it's a partnerip that's going to be long standing.
Yes.
Really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
So,
Yeah.
thank you
Two best
guys.
friends.
Cheers.
Go.
Thank you guys so much.
Well, folks, that's our show. Keep an eye out for Best Friends Distillery products in select Illinois locations. Or, of course, come on by Spirited Republic to give them a tasty little taste.